I'm going to be reading my guest to you all. Join me every Monday, 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon on 93.5 FM ASO Radio as we discuss trending issues on issues and society. For participation and sponsorship, please call 0811 00 712 or reach us at our social media handles at 71 Media Ltd. You could be my next guest. Well, straight to the business of the day. Let me introduce my guest to you. He's the Registrar of the Council of Nigerian Mining Engineers and Geoscientists, fondly called Comeg. With us is Professor Zacchaeus Opafunsho. Sir, it's indeed a pleasure having you on the program.
Good morning, listeners. I'm excited to be here.
Let me not take your time now. Comeg. What is Comeg all about?
Comeg is Council of Nigerian Mine Engineers and Geoscientists. It's an agency created by government since 1990 to take care of professionals and practitioners in the Nigerian extractive industry. And when you talk about practitioners, they are divided into two. You have individuals and also have companies that are working in the Nigerian extractive industry. And this cut across water resources, oil and gas, and of course solid minerals. Anything you can take profitably out of the ground need to be regulated so that at least government can derive the best benefit out of it. And that's what spawned the government to create this agency in 1990. And of course, the agency has been meeting its obligations up to date. There were teaching problems at the beginning, but we are now back on track. And we are tracking every sector of Nigerian extractive industry to make sure that Nigerian government derive maximum benefits. More importantly, since the inception of this administration, where diversification agenda have been in the front corner, and that's agriculture and mining. So we are part and party of that drive.
Now, who are your members?
Basically, you have members drawn out of graduates who are people that have graduated in the area of geology, BSc, hydrogeology, metallurgy, mining, petroleum engineering, water resources. They are trained in Nigerian universities and polytechnics. They are trained abroad. And of course, after they have served the nation, they work 2-3 years with a professional. And of course, they can now approach us for registration. And approaching us for registration implies that they have got their tutelage right, because 4 of our members must endorse their form and said, please go ahead. They have been found good, both in character and learning and in practice. And of course, after that, we subjected to what we call professional examination, mandatory professional examination. That's in the last 2 years, assumed duty has been held in October every year. And of course, after that particular exam, their results are collated, and of course, they are shortlisted and they are inducted in December, 2nd week or 3rd week of December, usually 15th or 16th of every year.
Now, we are going to be going into the major issue, which is mining, but I want you to give us a sense of, your members, looking at the area of QUAC members and, people who are not duly registered by, Comeg. How are you able to handle and identify such members?
That's the common thing all over the world. And quackery is part of the Nigerian extractive industry. Quackery in the sense that you have people that are not certified going to the field to carry out the work of professionals. And that is why you have illegal mining all over the place, undertaken mostly by foreigners, people from Mali, from Niger, and of course there is damage the environment, cause flooding, cause a lot of water resources misapplication. And of course, our mandate as the sole regulatory agency is to ensure that our members that are certified are employed to do this job. Not only that, we also monitor the activity through mandatory professional training. But by and large, you will notice that as the economy as the problem arose with the economy, the ability of companies to engage professionals actually dropped. And that was worse during COVID-19. And so therefore, it becomes imperative for an average Nigerian foreigner who desire to make profits to jettison our member and recruit the local. And then of course, the damage done is clear to everybody to see. So we have a member spread across the nation. They are working with federal government, they are working with state government, they are working in university, they are working in polytechnics, they are working in industries. They are spread everywhere. And of course, we also have a professional society that organizes conferences every year in March. That's Nigerian Mining and Geoscience Society, headed by Alabo Charles Chelsea. And of course, the last one was held in Port Harcourt. The one before that was held at Dubai. And that was like a forum to be able to come together and discuss what affects our profession in the nation.
Well, the program you're listening to is Issues and Society here at 93.5 FM ASU Radio. You can also be a part of this discussion and call in on 081 8030 2287. I take that again, 081 8030 2287. Well, now mining. Can you give us an overview of what the activities of mining is presently in Nigeria as a regulator?
Well, the mining activities in Nigeria compared with other nations is not where it's supposed to be. Well, the oil and gas industry for a long time has actually been the front body. And of course, we derive a lot of our revenue from it. Attention has been given to the multinational involved, NNPC had been involved, and of course, the new technology had to be employed. But the other sector had been neglected until of recent, when government is giving priority to it. And the issue at stake has also been basically funding. And mining is capital intensive. It's not like you go and say, I want to establish a factory for Umo, Gari, or for beer. No, it's beyond that. You are talking of carrying out capital-intensive exploration work. You spend a lot of money, and yet you are not sure what is underground. So when you are now sure of what is underground, then of course after that, you engage geologists, you engage geophysicists to carry out that. It is when you're now sure what is there, then you call in the mining people to come and design the mine and start to bring out the minerals. And after you do that, you bring in the metallurgists, the mineral processing engineers to come around and derive the value, separate the gang from the minerals. That is now the one you sell outside. But before now, there had been nothing on board. When this administration came on board, a lot of funding had been injected into the mining sector. In our ministry, headed by architect Olamilekan Adegbite, a lot of turnaround have been done. And now, of course, we already have another vibrant, energetic woman, Gbemisola Saraki, who is our Honorable Minister of State, who is also in the forefront to join him in this fight. So a lot of money had come in through intervention, through World Bank, and of course, a lot had come through SNDF. That is money set aside from Natural Resources Fund, to be able to now see how do we utilize this fund for the benefit of artisanal and small-scale miners. They are funded into cooperatives, and then people that are not organized before have been organized. But now how does Comeg come into all this? We are able to monitor people that are going to the industry, especially people that will work in this area. But by and large, most of the artisanal and small-scale miners, they are not registrable with us as of now because they don't have degree. We don't have HND, and that is the minimum we take. But the process of amending the Act is on, powered by this honorable, by the architect Olamilekan Adegbite, who has mandated us, giving a deadline, giving clear-cut mandate, go ahead, bring me the draft of this particular Act, so that they can now accommodate all facets of the practitioner in the extractive industry. Just like you have in Korea, when they have technician, you have electrician, you have the lower level technology. As of now, we have two levels. That is the mining engineer, the geoscientist, and the technology. So the artisan and some other has been captured in the review that is ongoing. We have had 3 meetings. As of now, 2 in the ministry and 1 at Rockview Hotel that brought in people from Ministry of Justice and all of that. So we are in the process of sending the paper to FEC. And of course, that is ongoing. But in addition to that, in order to make sure that we operate in line with the best international practices, the Honorable has sent the scale of fees to the FEC. I was there when he presented it. That has been approved. So our consultants can now operate with a standard scale and not just anyhow. That is done by Ministry of Work. So we have joined the global group to be able to say, when you come to Nigeria, you want to have a consultancy work, you don't do it habitually. You have a scale approved by council, that's FEC, provided by President Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, that now is now going for gazetting through the minister, through the Attorney General. So a lot is being done to make sure that the fortune of mining is turned around, to make sure that we become a mining destination. We are not there like Ghana, we are not there like Australia, like Namibia, like South Africa. But the roadmap is already clear. Nobody can reverse it after this administration. We are on track to be able to do what we are supposed to do to make sure mining becomes what it is.
Now, as a regulator, you talk about the roadmap and setting the ball rolling. How soon can all these begin to be unfold so that Nigerians can begin to have a feel of the natural resources we have aside from the oil and gas?
That is of course the major problem. Don't forget, we have a big ambition, you have a big program, and say you are moving on. And suddenly, before you say Jack Robinson, COVID set, oil, Nigeria oil and gas, Nigerian oil dropped to almost 0 at the IC. Nobody wants to pick it up, and therefore you are supposed to get revenue for it. You are even paying for demurrage. So of course there was shutdown. Everybody was aware of that. So every of your plan, you go back to the drawing board and restart it. So when the COVID-19 was off the table and everybody said, hey, hallelujah, let's move on, then of course the global crisis started with Ukraine and Russia. And with that, inflation came all over the world. You know what is going on in UK, in the US. It's not only in Nigeria. There's economic problem all over the world. And our managers, our economy manager in Nigeria now, we're going to give kudos to them. How they sustain this economy till date is like a miracle. So the fund is no more there the way it's supposed to be. But we still have hope that we are still going to move on, because there will be a time when a lot of things will improve again. And then we'll be able to say, this is where we are good. I give an example. Ajakuta, the minister said it time with that number. They have reached a very, very, they are almost concluded the agreement before COVID set. And then the COVID set, the people that are supposed to come from Russia couldn't make it. So what do? After COVID, oh, fine, fantastic, they are coming. Then you have this Russian, Ukraine. Where are they coming from? From Russia. So you can appreciate the setback. But notwithstanding, the ministry is moving. As a regulator, we are part of that particular movement. We are part of that particular agenda to be able to say, yes, this nation must be a mining destination. We are not discouraged. We are moving on. And we are working with the minister. He's working with us. He's giving us assignment. We are approaching him. We are putting on his toes. And everything is working beautifully well. At least at the level we are. Funding.
Well, you can be a part of this discussion on 081 8030 2287. 081 8030 2287. Now, Prof, one of the major setbacks or one of the major challenges in the mining field is that of the activities of bandits in some of these areas where some of these natural resources have been identified. And you take Zamfara, you take some of these other states. Now, what are you guys doing to try to curb these activities of bandits in these areas?
When you talk of banditry, kidnapping, terrorism, those are security issues. And of course, we are all witnesses to what is going on in Nigeria and all over the world. Because most of the time we focus more on this country. We are forgetting that the issue of security knows no boundary. Otherwise, you'll have tamed it. So, it affects mining, I will say more. Because what is this government do when they're coming to power? Say, we're looking for money. We want to employ youth. We want to employ what? What are the two areas? Agriculture and mining. And then where do you practice agriculture and mining? It's not in the city. They are all in the bush, in the bushes. They are all in the village. They are in the forest. And who are the one controlling the forest in Nigeria now? Who are the one controlling the farmland in Nigeria now? They are the bandits. They are the kidnappers. And it is not limited to Nigeria. Cameroon, Nigerian border. Niger, Nigerian border. Benin Republic, Nigerian border. They do evil here, they move to the other country. And you know what the government have been doing, having this international collaboration, especially across West African region. There was, I think I learned that there was a meeting in Niger of recent where President of France was brought on board, so that this international cooperation is also helping as much as possible. But it's beyond our ministry, it's beyond Comeg to be able to say we deal with bandits. We must still depend on our able armed forces to be able to help us. In Zamfara State, I think late last year, there was ban on mining activities. Up to early this year, there was ban for the first time in the history of this nation, because they know the funding for the bandits, for the kidnappers, for the terrorists comes from our resources. And all over the world, if you look at history, mining has also been a source of funding for even civil war. In Liberia, they use their diamond, they use their gold to fund the civil war. And so this is exactly what is happening here. Look at our Niger Delta, oil bunkering and a few other things. But thank God for the effort the government is making to be able to guarantee peace. The armed forces are working around the clock, and yet the issue is so enormous that the way and manner we are going, we only hope that with time they will catch these guys and then we'll be able to back online. And then our farmer can go back to the farm. The mining activity can be what it's supposed to be. But I know with time we're going to get there. We are depending on the military to be able to liberate all this area for us. And don't forget, it's not all over the country. You remember the 3 northwest states. But in Oshun, mine is going on. Shegilola is working on gold industry. Are you getting what I'm saying? In Port Harcourt area, Kaolin plant is being built by the ministry. Gemstone is being built at Ibadan. You also have gold processing in somewhere in Kogi State. Power by intervention fund given to our ministry. And of course another one in Kano. Gold refinery or whatever has been built there. So the moment all these things come on board, you are going to have employment, you are going to have revenue generation, export of our minerals will not come without adding value. And so you are going to stop a lot of things and the revenue come back to Nigerians. Because one of the areas is that they export our mineral without paying adequate what they call it? Adequate value for it, illegally. And what do I mean? You and me, if I show you what a gold is and it brings sand, you can't recognize it. Unless you are trained. And they pass through our border. The customer, and every customer is trained to that. They tell you what it is. They say sand. Whereas the gold is embedded in it. And the guy exports it. And it's not credited to Nigeria. So the ministry is working on the clock to be able to curb that. In fact, I'm aware they are working. There's a meeting with custom division. There's a meeting with national security advisor every day, day in, day out, to make sure our natural resources are preserved. And we're with the ministry on that. And we'll get there.
We'll take a quick break, and the program continues right after that.
Join me every Monday, 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon on 93.5 FM ASU Radio as we discuss trending issues on issues and society. For participation and sponsorship, please call 0811 000712 or reach us at our social media handles at 71 Media Ltd. You will be my next guest.
Yes, Prof. Now let's go back to Comeg. What are some of the activities lined up, between now and the rest of the year at, the council?
Thank you very much. Comeg is on, and of course, the ministry is supporting us. We are the baby of the ministry. We have issues with our funding, but notwithstanding, we are moving on. For instance, I give you an example. I've mentioned that before. That is the issue of scale of fees for professionals. The first time in the history of this nation, we have got a scale of fees for professionals in the industry approved by FEC, presided by our president. And people are coming in droves to be able to purchase a copy of that and implement it. The minister says that is what we should use, and that's what we are using. Digital stamp. The first time in the history of the extractive industry, all our professionals, they have been using this physical one, this analog bamboo. Now we have something that's digital like a stamp. You put it, you can't remove it again. It was launched by the minister 1st of March this year, and it has been effective. People are coming in droves to be able to get that. That is eliminating quackery. People are coming to say, no, sorry sir, I'm going money. How do I get digital stamp? They were in my office last week. Please allow me to hold money and then get it out. You can't. You have to pay up and get digital stamp. That is what is going on right now. And I'm happy to even tell you that Comeg is approaching council on establishment to be able to get a member recognized. That's been an issue. What did the minister say? Give us a mandate and do a letter quickly and let the pamphlet sign it and send it to all head of services, all other services in the federation, 36 states. We have done that. And to all mining companies and all mining professionals across Nigeria. We produce more than 300 letters. The results are coming. What did they do? Get what the list of registered member and leave off unregistered member. Some people will not register and they will be working illegally. For your information, it is illegal in Nigeria to work in this exercise industry when you are not registered with Comeg. It's criminal, especially when you are taking remuneration. Then, of course, our professional exam that come in yearly is coming on 8th of October this year. 7th and 8th of October. For the first time, we are going to use CBT, computer-based test, and combine with online for our members that are outside the country. We started online last year. So we are moving. Our induction is already fixed, 15th of December this year. And so that we'll be able to induct these people and send them to the field. And for your information, part of the program, agenda of this administration, is to employ Nigerian youth and empower them. Comeg could not employ, but Comeg has empowered more than 1,200 youth in the last 2 years by registering them. We also empower close to 250 companies to be able to do the needful, and we monitor them. We organize training for them, and we are able to come up with solutions to perennial problems, environmental, banking issue, our joint international community, international recognized Comeg members, so that we are moving. And I know at the rate we are going, we are going to reach the destination soonest.
Now, you say you have registered over 1,200.
Empower them.
Okay, when you say empower now.
Yes, empower to register them. They register with us. They can now approach us for digital stamp, to do consultancy work, to put on their reports and make a living. And then by the time they are going into the industry, they are eliminating quack, they are replacing them. It cannot be done overnight. And people are coming now, sorry, they don't accept our report any longer. Why? Because I don't have digital stamp. What do I do to get digital stamp? That's what we are doing. Just make it in your own little corner.
Now, Prof, in 30 seconds, what is the future of Comeg? Where do you foresee Comeg in 5, maybe 7 years from here?
Oh my God, Comeg will be one of the internationally recognized regulator. I'm the first professor of mining engineering in this country, by the grace of God. I studied in the United States of America. And of course, I've seen industry there. I was in Namibia, I've seen industry. I was in Ghana for 3 years on sabbatical. So we have the right peg in the right hole in Comeg. And we also have our council member that are ready to work to make sure that we do the needful. And we have a minister that has a listening ear who has passion for this particular industry. That's our greatest asset. And obviously, I told you, another HMX, a very dogged woman, a very energetic woman. I've never seen somebody like that. Principled. This is where I'm going. Bemisola Saraki. Join the ministry. The PAMSEC is there. Another top level person, Dr. Oluwatosin Akinlade. What are you talking about? We are talking of group that are moving. We are talking of group that are ready to conquer the necessary landscape. And Comeg will be there with all the support.
We like to say thank you so much for your time. So much time has been spent. Well, the program you just heard now was Issues and Society, of course, brought to you here at 93.5 FM ASU Radio. My name is Prosper, and of course, this is Issues and Society.